Coach, we will have an edge this summer.
Yes, sir. UIL's approved us to start doing summer conditioning and sports training. So it's going to look a lot different than it's looked in the past around here, though. I mean, everything does these days. So,
right.
But we're just excited to get to see the kids again. We've been talking to them on Zoom meetings and on the phone and those kind of things. Ask them to send us videos of them working out, and but it's going to be cool to get them all back together. So. But what I really want to let everybody know is, again, it's going to look a lot different. So yeah. Our edge is not just an everybody come and lift. I mean, we're limited to how many square footage, how many we can have in a weight room, how many we can have in a group, how many we can have in a group inside, and then everybody has to space out and spread out. Mm-hmm. So we got to keep distancing. So, and what they need to know, they can go on our school website. There's a lot of information there. We're updating because coaches have kind of changed some times and some certain workout times. But what it looks like is this: at the multi-purpose building, the indoor here at the high school, this will be football only. So it'll be 7th grade through 12th grade football. So in the morning, 11th and 12th graders are coming from 8 to 10. 9th and 10th graders are coming from 10 to 12. And then incoming 7th and 8th graders are coming from 12 to 1:30.
All right.
So the key on all that stuff is anybody can come participate. If you're in athletics, you have to have a physical on file, not a brand new physical, unless you're an incoming 7th grader. You must have a physical on file with us to be able to participate. So we're going to be very strict on that. We'll be doing temperature checks. There's protocols we have to follow. We're going to follow. And so our big first day is going to be a lot of talking about what to do, what not to do. And we can't run up and high five and chest bump and do all those things with people. So we'll be doing a lot of that stuff just so we can stay safe and do the precautions and make sure we don't mess this thing up and you guys come out and interview me because we got all these people sick. So we're doing what we're supposed to do. And so that's exciting for us, and we're ready to see those kids. Another site will be our high school gym. So our boys basketball, grades 9 through 12, will be there. Coach Sip is adjusting his time, so I don't want to speak wrong about the times, but he's kind of in contact with his kids. So if you're a young player, and I know he's already contacted his guys, but they know what times to show up. The older guys are going to show up, I think, from 8 to about 10, and then kind of like our stuff. And then the next crew is a little later. Then there'll be a third group that's kind of a part of this. We'll go with him. So I'm gonna back up. I know I'm jumping around all these schedules. Let me finish this. But the girls, so at the middle school is going to be all girls. Okay. So they have 2 gyms there. They've got a weight room. We've got a plan for them so they can mix in and out. But it's only going to be basketball and volleyball. All right. And so their times are from 8 to 10, all high school girls. So basketball, volleyball, there's a schedule. One will be doing skills, one will be doing weights, and vice versa. They'll flip. And then from 10 to 12 will be junior high. So that's taking place there. At the Prim, cross country. Because cross country will be going there. And I'm trying to remember Coach's times. I believe he told me 7:30 to I think 8:30, something like that, 8:45, somewhere in there. So those runners can show up there with Coach Hicks and check in and get their mileage in. For right now, since they don't start until later, we're kind of waiting to see what it looks like because none of us can scrimmage. Nobody can go 1-on-1 or 3-on-3. I mean, everything is just really just skill-based. So we got to spread out. So we're just going to work on conditioning stuff and weights. So what a typical workout would look for a student would be 30 minutes of agility, 30 minutes of the weight room, and an hour skill, whatever skill. That's why we're sport specific about where we're at right now. So soccer has decided to wait a little bit. They're going to push their stuff back. We think hopefully in July they may let us start competing. So a lot of the soccer stuff is not just skills, but a lot of that stuff is those guys getting out there and going 1-on-1s and doing that stuff and scrimmaging. So they're going to kind of wait, and we're going to kind of see what that looks like. So if you're a soccer player, just relax a little bit more. Those coaches will let you know. We'll kind of be in contact with you, and we're going to do that. So everybody kind of hold off. And just so students know, you just can't pick a place and show up. We're not going to let you participate. So if you're not a football player, I'm not going to let you come in because we're limited on space, we're limited on numbers, and coach to student ratio, all that stuff, and how many people we can lift. Again, so you just can't show up. So if you got any questions, y'all call me, contact me. Our stuff is on the SSISD website. There's a whole form there, the precautions we're going to take, all the stuff we're doing as we go through that. So it's laid out there. So if there's some more questions, let me know. But kids need to bring, like for instance, football, they need to bring cleats, they need to bring flats, they need to bring their own equipment, they need to bring their own water bottle labeled. We're not going to provide water. They can't use our fountains except to fill up water bottles. So there's stuff like that. So I'm asking everybody to put their stuff in a backpack or a bag, and they'll carry that with them wherever they go and get their stuff done. So those are really some keys. Now tennis, he's still deciding about what tennis is going to look like too. So that's one other, but those will be at the high school tennis courts, and they'll carry on from there. So again, if you got questions, just call, email me. You can find my stuff on the line on our website, and we'll kind of talk you through stuff. And I think after a couple days, everybody will settle down. They'll see there's certain doors we're going to drop people off. How we're going to do that? We're going to do temperature checks in your car. So we don't want to come in if somebody's got a high temperature. We're going to ask you to go home, and we'll check on you the next day, and we may allow you to come the next day. So there's a protocol we go through that I'm not going to bog everybody down with. But, if we're suspecting that you're showing symptoms of this virus, then you're going to have to stay at home for a while, and we'll recommend you go see a doctor. And if the doctor says that they test you and you're clear, then you can come back. If not, you'll have to set that waiting time of 14 days and let it kind of pass. So. I don't know, anything else you think I'm leaving out that you want to ask about?
You're going to do this for a week or two or a little while and see how everything goes?
Well, this is our June plan. So what happens is really about every 2 weeks, kind of like the governor. When the governor makes a statement about opening things up, doing those things, the UIL usually follows with here's what schools can do. So at the current time, we can't have any camps. All we can do in our facilities right now are have sports and conditioning camps with that skill. So I said skill to you, so, again, that's every school. So that's what we're excited about. We miss spring ball and those things, and I know Coach Sip, he wants them to get reps. I know the girls want to get touches on the volleyball. We're missing our leagues and 7-on-7 leagues and doing those things, but so is everybody else.
Yeah.
So we're all in the same boat, but just to get back and to see the kids and talk through the stuff. So we still feel like we can do a lot of teaching, still spread out. I mean, coach offensive linemen are going to look like the Texas Tech splits, and they'll be spread from hash to hash, but he can still teach and walk through steps and talk about that stuff. So as coaches, we always talk about slowing things down, doing those little details, and, well, this is forcing us to really do that this time. So we'll do that, and then as they relax the rules possibly or give us more options, we'll just continue to move on and do those things. So we're excited about what that's going to be, and, again, we're just excited to be back together. And we don't know what football season looks like. We don't know what school looks like, but we're just still kind of waiting and going through this thing and doing our part to be cautious and take caution about what's going on.